peoples. I'm Sasha. I'm a little random. Welcome and welcome back. All right. Okay, so today we are talking about the dreaded spider mites, how to get rid of them and how to prevent them. Now, I haven't been doing too well with prevention because I haven't been keeping up with it, so I have spider mites to show you today. Good thing and a bad thing. Good for you, bad for me, right? So you get to see an example. All right, so first I'm going to show you what they look like up close and personal, and then we'll get to talking about, prevention and how I go about getting rid of them, which is a process, but it is definitely working so far. Okay, so this is my Amazonica Polly Alocasia. Yes, it's very pretty. However, if you take a closer look, you will see that we have spider mites. Alright, are we focusing? It doesn't want to focus. There we go. You see that? See that movement? That's not me. That is spider mites. And it's a particularly mild case considering the ones that I've seen, but it's all over this one leaf. The other leaves aren't that bad. I do see some creepy crawlies, but this one may have to go. But if you look at these aren't that bad. Like, I don't see any webbing. I don't see any webbing just yet. I just see the crawlers. So they're definitely fishing. This one definitely has a layer on it. That right there, people, is spider mites. Yes. Okay, so let's get to talking about how we get rid of them, okay? And how we prevent this from happening in the first place. Okay, so you saw the terrible spider mites and kind of what they look like, right? Disgusting. Evil. Murderous to your plants. Okay, that's a little dramatic, but they will murder your plants. Like, seriously. Don't take it lightly. Now, these are much easier to get rid of than thrips, but harder to get rid of than, say, what are the little white puffy things? You know what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, I can't think of what it is. Mealybugs. Yes. Much easier, harder to get rid of than mealybugs. Mealybugs are pretty simple. That's a whole other show. If you want me to do that, let me know, because I've also had those and gotten rid of those too in a very quick manner. Okay. So let's talk supplies, okay? All right, so for prevention itself, what I use is neem oil. This is not a particular fancy name brand. I believe this bottle was about $9. It goes a long way. And all you pretty much do is, for a 9-ounce bottle, I believe this is, I put one capful, a cupful of dish soap and some room temperature water. Shake very well to make sure that it all, combines and, marinates and things like that. And then you want to spray your plant. Let it sit for 5 minutes. Now make sure you get underneath the leaves, on top of the leaves, and get the stems, because bugs will hide in the stems. I repeat, bugs will hide in the stems and those new growths. Okay? So make sure you do that. Let it sit for 15 minutes and then rinse it. Now, the other thing that I like to do is, if I have a particular outbreak, which I do now, just on this one plant. I had it on 2. I got rid of the other one already. This one, however, is persistent. What I like to use is Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. And this is a wonderful thing. This really is a wonderful tool, I'm telling you. So, what you do is you spray, you let it sit, or you can immediately go in with the brush. This brush is to break up the webbing and to make sure that it's not still sticking to your plant. This brush is an awesome tool as a plant parent, I'm telling you. Maybe I should do what tools I use for plants, because this thing has come in handy quite a bit for small things, for little things, for things such as getting rid of spider mites. Okay, so since I have a particular outbreak right now on this one plant, I'm going to give you an example of what it is that I do, and we're just going to get started, okay? All right, we are here. So we're going to take our Captain Jack's spray. Let's make sure we have the wide spray on. Saturated, okay? If you need to, do this in your tub, or you can put a towel down. I have hardwood floors, so I'm not really worried about it. Okay, saturated. And the reason we're not soaking today is because we are scrubbing. Okay, if this was neem oil, which we would do that preventative treatment once a month, then we would just let it sit and then rinse it. This, however, we are going to scrub with the brush. I got this particular idea from Heart Shaped Leaves, Rachel, our madam. And you just want to go through and make sure that you scrub well. Now, remember to do this particular Jack's Dead Bug treatment every 3 to 5 days. Now, I know that may be a lot, because who wants to have a watering schedule and also this schedule, and if you have a whole lot of plants that are infested, getting all of that fit into your schedule can be a lot. But if you want to help your plants, then this is what needs to happen. And again, this brush process is to get the webbing detached so that it's not holding on anymore. And as I said, don't forget to get the stem. Okay? Get the stem, because they will run. And you don't want them to run hide on the stem and then come back as soon as everything is dried and not deterring them anymore. Okay? Now, I have heard that some people might mix that Jack's Dead Brew with some soap, because that adheres to the leaf a little bit more better. And by soap, I mean like dish soap or Castile soap. Peppermint, of course, because peppermint is also a deterrent. And let me just also give you a warning. Neem oil smells. Jack's Dead Bug Brew does not. But neem oil does have a smell, a chemical smell to it. It is natural oil from a nut, I believe, or a seed. Neem oil is, I think it's from a seed. Actually, I could probably tell you. No, don't worry about it. I'll put it on the screen so I don't keep my flow going here. So let's see. I may have done this leaf already, but that's okay. But you get the idea. I'm going to finish up, and I'm actually not going to rinse this. I'm actually not going to rinse this the first time. The second time I rinse it, but right now I really just want the Jack's Dead Brew to be on here. And some people do rinse it, I will admit, but I'm not going to rinse it the first time. I'm going to rinse it the second time. The purpose of rinsing it the second time and not the first time, I don't know, it's just how I've done it, and it seems to work. I really just want it to kill everything on here, and I want it to dry on here. The Jack's Dead Bug spray, I want it to dry on here so that we don't have any residuals, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so I'll be back in a second. Give me one moment. Okay, so also as a preventative from a widespread infestation, what you want to do is quarantine your plants. Now, well, you have two options. You can treat your plants when you first get it, and then don't quarantine it. And by treat it, I mean you can do the Jack's Dead Bug Brew. So the reason why I say use Jack's Dead Bug instead of the neem oil is that neem oil is preventative. If the plant you're bringing in already has the beginnings of an infestation, you won't see it. So you want to make sure that you're catching it at the head and not allowing it to grow anymore or in much less spread to your collection, okay? So you can either treat it and make sure it sits for a day and then incorporate it into your collection. Or you can just quarantine for 2 weeks and see if you see any bugs or any infestations or signs of damage or things, cold damage and things like that, before you introduce it into your collection. Okay, that way within 2 weeks you normally see if you're going to get fungus gnats that are all over the place, which is a whole nother treatment we could go through as well. Let me know if you're interested in that. You'll know if you have spider mites, you'll know if you have thrips, you'll know if you have cold damage within those 2 weeks. Okay, so these are your options. Now again, I just want to repeat, you want to treat with neem oil once a month. If you have an active infestation, you want to treat your plants every 3 to 5 days. Do not wait any longer than 5 days, because the life cycle of some of these bugs is really long. Okay, you don't want them to grow, you don't want them to reproduce, you don't want any of that. Okay, so I hope that this tutorial helped you, and if you have any further questions, go ahead and ask me in the comments. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to hit the like, thumbs up, and subscribe if you like this type of content and some of the random content that I throw in there as well. Check out my page. It's not all plants. Mostly plants though. And I hope to see you laters.